Alright, what's up guys? It's your boy Roman Puss, also known as Roman. If you play Bounty Rush and you see me, I sit around the S plus area. I just want to go over a few guide things that I kind of wish I knew when I was first starting the game. Like a lot of questions that are being asked and stuff about the game for new beginners, and just some general tips to get people started and whatnot and how they're going on the game. We'll get started. I primarily like to play defenders. I originally started off playing runners. My first character that I had was Hancock. For some reason they gave me a bunch of Hancocks when I was doing the Moria Hancock pull, and I got her basically to 100, so free, completely free, didn't spend any money or anything, and we just kind of went from there. First thing I'd like to start off with is the scouts. Unless it is your favorite character that you have been saving up for, like 1k gems plus, never summon on a banner like this. These bounty festival banners, you have 1% chance to get these characters, and believe it or not, so I have 1% chance to get these characters. I actually spent 1100 gems on these 2 weeks ago and got 3 of these bikini namis right here. 0.14% rate. 0.14%. I got 3 of them. And only got 2 big moms and 2 katakuris. Between the 1100 gems is 22 polls total of 10 people. So I strongly discourage pulling on this unless you've been saving for quite a while and it is your favorite character of all time. Now, which that brings me to your step-ups. Your step-ups almost always come with rewards. As you can see, these have there are only 40 gems for these. They also have guaranteed 4 stars. Highly recommend doing those and sticking with those for your summons when you're starting out. You are going to want to at least have a 5-star when you're beginning, and you want to have a character that you are going to enjoy playing because you will be playing them for quite some time. Next thing, I believe they give you a free Eneru or Nell, however you choose to pronounce his name, Crocodile or Mihawk. A lot of people question which one's the best. A lot of people don't like Eneru or Nell because he's terrible against time skip Luffy, so that's fair. He's not a terrible fighter, he's decently good against defenders because of his shock. Croco is really good. You get the 60% on the Sandstorm, and with all the red people running around, you have the Doflamingos, you have the 108 Zoros. Those are very meta right now, so Croco is generally good because of the meta. Mihawk, I'd say he's alright. I mean, he doesn't particularly shine. He can one-shot very easily with his abilities. I probably would recommend Crocodile. That's who I went, but everyone has their own opinion on that. Next thing I'd like to go over is the medals. You have event medals. You can find medal guides online. You can find those places. In fact, I'll try and post some down in the description as well. I will also try and post a character tier list as well, just to help some of those new people get a rough idea for who's strong and who's not in the current meta. Currently, right now, you have the Zombie Thriller Bark campaign. These are medals, and so far they have not repeated any medal campaigns. So once these are over, you will not be able to start charging them ever again. I recommend charging up your hammers. I spent all my hammers last week on the Whole Cake Island, which for the smoothie medals and the cracker medals. So I recommend doing those. And when you're doing these, make sure you pay attention to the tags, obviously, first of all. These tags give you your abilities that they stack. You have your pair for duo effect and your trio effect. Most of them have skill 1, skill 2, and dodge, and then the rest of them vary with capture rate increase and whatnot. One thing I did not particularly pay attention to when I first started was these rates right here. When you click these rates, some medals cannot get attack stats. You can only get defense stats. So this medal obviously can have defense, attack, HP, for 3 stars. You're going to want 3 stars. 3 stars are the only things that are useful. That's what you want on these for sure. The meta is generally 70% attack, and with 300 flat rate attack between your you have 27 points in medals. You have 999 on each medal. So your goal is to get 3 9-star medals. You'll get there eventually. It takes quite some time. Make sure when you are transferring traits, this is another thing. Maybe I'm dumb, or maybe I just didn't read directions, or maybe I just didn't want to spend the rainbow gems when I first started out. When you are transferring, you can go to overwrite, you can transfer, not that medal. We're going to transfer trait, we'll do this one. So we'll do this, we'll overwrite like a 1-star. When you are transferring, you can transfer. It gives you an option. Make sure you pay attention. On your left-hand side, you will have the option to redo it. So if you didn't get that 3-star trait that you needed, which I apparently probably dumped like a good like 4 to 5 3-star medals before I realized this, because once again, I'm probably stupid. But make sure you pay attention to that. It's worth spending the rainbow diamond. It starts off 1 for 1 redraw, and then it goes 2 to 2 redraw. So based off RNG, hopefully you get lucky and just get them on the first try. Generally, it's not that cruel. I've only had like 1 medal be super cruel to me where I've had to spend like 10 or so gems, but I think it caps out actually at 5. So like you go 1 and then spend 2, so that's already 3, and then you'll spend 3, so that's already 6 gems. And then it stacks right there and goes to 5, I believe. Just make sure you're aware of that with the medals. Make sure you get your characters. You'll want to max their skills. The skills are very expensive. I recommend saving like your silver coins, because I even run low on those sometimes. And I've been playing this game since it came out. What are we on now? Like almost 10 months, 9 months, 8, 9, 10 months, something like that. I have a good list of people. I like my characters so far. I've gotten a variety. I main Moria. I started Hancock, only got to like A+ at most with her, and then as soon as I got to Moria level 100, I instantly got into S+. I haven't grinded that much to get to the top 100, but I'll get there eventually one of these seasons when I decide to try hard and play this game 24/7 like these other people do. I don't know. It sure seems like that's what they do. Next thing, your party. This one they explain to you. This one you should catch on to with your support characters. I have Big Mom as green defender and I have Katakuri as red attacker. If I put a green attacker in there, they benefit. You see those little percentages, the 120.7 percentage and the 116.4. That's how much stats they get added to them once they're in the game. So Big Mom, since I'm getting 120%, she normally has 68.99 HP. I get added another 120%. So I get the 68.99 plus an extra 20% plus that base 68.99. So it comes out to a total of like 15,000 HP roughly. So those are very important and can increase your stats dramatically. So you eventually kind of want to start focusing on those. Obviously at the beginning you don't have that much of a choice, but just kind of a little hint and guide if you don't catch on to that as well. I believe that is most of my introduction. You have the Alliance. My Alliance is Heights of Bomb. I've been in that for a while, got some cool people there. If you ever climb up, we usually only like take long-time players just to make sure like you're going to be playing the game and stuff. The exchange is self-explainable. One thing actually, before I forget, one last thing about the exchange is that you, like Big Mom, like those bounty festivals will never appear in the exchange. You will not have those. So if I go to my battle points, you will not find Big Mom, you will not find Gecko Moria, you will not find Doflamingo. Those bounty festival banners will never show up. They make it more of a pain to get those characters because they want you to spend money, obviously. The other ones, like the ones that have these step-ups, do show up. We're waiting for Zoro Juro to currently show up in there, but they've added, as you can see, they've added Wano Law. They added him like immediately. All the time skip Straw Hats are in there. All these people were step-up banners in heaven for a minute, so that's why they're in here. And then they have Crocodile, Mihawk, and Eneru/Anel in there as well. I don't even, what did they label him as this in here? Eneru. Oh, I don't have him. That, I believe, is my last point. You have your medals, your colas. The way you achieve colas is when you draw characters that you already have maxed out. So you probably won't get them right at the beginning. Colas have this Crocodile and Ace as well. They're nothing special, so don't feel like you're missing out. These medals, there is the Luffy medal, but they usually goes with the Child Sabo and the Child Ace ones. I've seen a lot of people run those attacker medals on those, but I think that was an event, if I'm correct. Maybe I'm wrong on that. So don't hit me if I'm wrong. Make sure you can farm. If you want to farm gems as well, you can farm these titles. You get 3 gems per title if you play for 100 characters, or like 100 rounds of a character. Like Ray of Hope, if I play 100 games with Nightmare Luffy, I don't own him currently, but there's like a bunch of ones that I don't even have. Like Minister Flower, I almost have Katakuris here. I already got Big Moms, so you get 3 gems for each. So if you need a way to farm gems, extra. It'll take a long time, but you have that option as well. Just don't int your team too much. And with that, be careful with transferring data. I haven't had to experience that. Battle stamp, there's the how to change the battle stamps is here. They didn't explain that too well. I think it's better explained now that the game's gotten older, but this is one of the events that gives you like 10 gems, 5 gems, or something like that for when you initially start out doing that. With that, I believe I've covered almost all of it. The 3 stars are generally events. A lot of the events are not like reoccurring, so I think if you missed out, you've missed out. So hopefully you didn't miss out on anything you want too much. I guess here's the special training as well. Special training is pretty self-explainable. You get your candies for running them on the treadmill. Trust me, my big mom's gonna be running and she's gonna be losing some pounds here. So only 17 gems to go. We are so close to level 100. Whitebeard I've had running for a while, and Katakuri's got a long time to go. So. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe. Tell me if you guys got any feedback, things I could do better, if you guys want me to show anything. I'm going to try and do a runner, an attacker, and a defender guide in the future, so people who frustrate me in ranked can learn, or hopefully you guys don't become that person that frustrates me when you guys, there's like a standard of meta type things that you go by, and there's characters that kind of surpass those limits as well. I'll get those up eventually, and thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are the best, and I am peacing out.